Hello and welcome to Indian Markets Unveiled, the podcast where we decode the Indian financial markets. It's 3rd of October 2023 and Indian markets opened after a long break of 3 days. However, there is a lot to cover today as too many sectors, too many stocks and too many news are doing the rounds. But to start with, if we have a look at the market opening, we did witness that the markets opened on a lower front. Of course, the indices as well as the broader markets today, while they opened up, were not performing and the global cues were also not supportive enough, which gave an eventual impact to the domestic markets. But while we did see the opening, the Indian indices opened lower today with Nifty below 19,550. The Sensex was down around 334 points at 65,494 to start with, and Nifty was down around 100 points at 19,532 to be precise. About 1,335 shares advanced, 926 shares declined, and 181 shares were unchanged. If we have a look at the stock-specific impact, Eicher Motors, ONGC, Hindalco, Tata Consumer and SBI Life were amongst the major losers on Nifty, while M&M, Adani Ports, Ultratech Cement and Asian Paints as well as BPCL were amongst the major gainers on Nifty. Again, as we discussed, the weakness came in from the global front as well, as the US markets were a mixed bag on the Friday session and Monday session was a mixed bag as well when Indian markets were on a holiday. To start with, today Monday morning, the GIFT Nifty was down around 32 points and was trading at 19,581 at around 8 a.m. in the morning. So clearly, we did see some sort of weakness coming in from the global markets. However, if we have a look at the US dollar index, it was ranging around 107. US 10-year bond yield is at 4.68. The Brent crude, the energy pack, is at present trading at around $90 per barrel, and NYMEX crude is trading around $88 per barrel. Taking a look at the currency, the local currency weakened, that is the rupee weakens against the US dollar 17 paise to open at 83 rupees and 21 paise against the US dollar this morning. It closed at 83 rupees and 0.4 paise on Friday. And now that we have a quick know-how of the markets, the indices, let's kick into the stock-specific action. And in the stock-specific action, we definitely start with Vedanta first, as the company announced a plan to demerge its business units into independent pure-play companies to unlock value and attract big-ticket investment into the expansion and growth of each of the businesses. So clearly, a demerger announcement coming in from Vedanta. It has received board approval for a pure-play asset owner business model that will result in 6 separate listed companies, namely Vedanta Aluminium, Vedanta Oil and Gas, Vedanta Power, Vedanta Steel and Ferrous Materials, Vedanta Base Metals, and Vedanta. The demerger is planned to be a simple vertical split. For every 1 share of Vedanta, the shareholders will additionally receive 1 share of each of the newly 5 listed companies. Another stock worth discussing today is Kalpataru Projects International, as the company bagged power transmission and distribution orders worth 552 crores in Indian and overseas markets and building and factory business orders worth 464 crores in India. Post the news flow, we did see a whopping 7% jump in Kalpataru Project International after the order win announcement. The stock of RVNL, that is Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, is trading with gains since the morning opening session, as RVNL emerged as the lowest bidder for the development of distribution infrastructure at South Zone of Himachal Pradesh under the revamped reforms base and result-linked distribution sector scheme. The said project, worth Rs 1,098 crore, will be executed within 24 months. So on the back of this news, RVNL is trading in greens. One needs to keep an eye on NMDC, as the stock is trading in green with an up move of around 1% and more. And there is a latest news coming in from the exchanges, as the company has confirmed price hike. The lump ore and fine prices are increased by 250 rupees each to 5,200 and 4,460 rupees per ton respectively. So price hike announcement taking NMDC in focus. Also, today we see the city gas distribution companies performing, with Mahanagar Gas Limited up around 7% and Indraprastha Gas Limited up around 3%. And this up move is coming after the news coming in of CNG and PNG price cut. So Mahanagar Gas is up around 6% after this news coming in. And let us now drive all our attention to the auto sector, as we did witness the September auto sales numbers coming in with a mixed set. To start with, let's take a look at Mahindra & Mahindra, as there is a highest ever SUV sales seen for the third consecutive month. So clearly, the SUV craze is continuing. Mahindra Auto sells highest ever SUVs at 41,267 vehicles, a 20% growth, and overall 75,604 vehicles in September 2023. Hyundai India registers its highest ever total sales of 71,641 units in September 2023, where the domestic sales was up around 9% and the exports was up around 29%. The domestic sales were seen at 54,241 units versus 49,700 units on a year-on-year basis, and the exports were seen at 17,400 units versus 13,501 units on a year-on-year basis. A look at another automobile giant, Maruti Suzuki. The total sales were up around 4% at 1,81,343 units versus 1,76,306 units on a year-on-year basis, and the domestic sales were seen up around 2.5% at 1,58,832 units versus 1,54,903 units on a year-on-year basis. For Bajaj Auto, the total sales were seen at around 3.92 lakh units in the September numbers. On the flip side, Royal Enfield did see a downtrend, as the total sales were seen down around 4% at 78,580 units versus 82,097 units on a year-on-year basis. For SML Isuzu, the total sales was up 15% at 872 units versus 752 units. For TVS Motors, the total exports did see a rise of 8% to 1 lakh units in September. So positive numbers coming in from there as well. In fact, all the numbers coming in for TVS Motors were quite positive, as we did see an up move of around 6% in the total sales, an up move of around 7% in two-wheeler sales, and up move of around 8% in the exports. One needs to keep a close eye on all the auto and auto ancillary companies, as the festival season is kicking in. So clearly the festive season prospects will be seen, discounts will be on the go, the demand will also be high, and all the other insights along with the September auto sales are the news flow for auto and auto ancillary stocks majorly. So that is what the automobile sector is all about. But last but not the least, we would also talk about the listing, JSW Infra. The commercial port operator JSW Infrastructure made a strong debut on the exchanges on 3rd October, just 2 days after the closure of its public offer, and listed at a premium of 20% to its issue price. The stock listed at 143 rupees on both the NSE and BSE exchanges against the issue price of rupees 119. Take a note that this is also marked as the first IPO from the JSW Group in 13 years after JSW Energy listed in 2010. So that's how the market trend looks like to start with today. However, there is a lot of action happening sector-wise and stock-wise also. Indices are performing, but one needs to be extremely cautious, taking the right decision, and that is what will give you an upper edge. Research is the backbone of successful portfolio creation. Wealth creation is an art we understand. We have our exclusive research services, which is proven to be successful. Our research service has a success ratio worth having a look at. To avail our exclusive services, we invite you to join us. Just click on the link below and that's it. Fill in your basic details and our team will reach out to you. Let us together explore the world of wealth creation. Thank you.